Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. As part of my game store pickups earlier today, actually these were last week, I think. I'm just now getting a chance to unbox them. We picked up the Arkham and Innsmouth travel guide games. These are route charting games by Cloud D Games, I think is the name of the company. Crow D Games. Anyway, let's crack these open and see what we've got in here. We'll start off with Arkham, but I imagine Innsmouth will be much the same. We'll start by taking a look at the back. You have a fantastic opportunity to become the best tour guide in the most famous city of Lovecraft's universe. Gather as many tourists as possible, create the perfect tour route with iconic landmarks, and challenge one of the great old ones. But make sure to keep your tourists safe and sane. If they succumb to madness, they'll leave your route. Well, I can't imagine they'd be thrilled with that. 1 to 4 players, 14 plus, 30 to 40 minutes, so very short games. Anyway, let's crack the clamshell open and see what we have in here. I imagine I'll actually be holding on to the clamshell, a rare game where I will be most likely holding on to clamshell packaging. Usually I get rid of that as fast as I can. I do see we've got cards, dice, and dry erase markers, so I imagine those are all relevant here. Let's see, looks like it opens like so. Looks like we've got our game summary, so actually not many rules at all. We've got 4 sheets of the dry erase, paper. Very small rule book. Of course, we've got our dry erase markers. I think those go like so. We've got our dice. Let me make sure these are going to go through. Let me make sure these would go through the dice tower just fine. Yep, they'll go through the dice tower just fine. Don't really like when the dice are a bit bigger than that, but then we've got our game summary. So setup's actually a snap. Of course, we've got all of our cards. Right here, that is going to get a little bit annoying, so I may end up switching this clamshell packaging out for a box. We've got our cards here. We'll give the rule book a cursory thumb through. Let's see, these dry erase sheets are actually double-sided. It looks like the ancient ones we've got in here are Cthulhu, Yog-Sothoth, Dagon, and Shub-Niggurath. So now let's bring the rule book down and shine the spotlight on that. I have a feeling we're going to have different ancient ones in Innsmouth, but let's find out. Competitive 1 to 4 player game, so our goal is to find the most victory points. Okay, we've got special setups if Cthulhu's the ancient one. We've got personal objectives. Okay. City map, gameplay overview, and the game round. Small game. Seems a little excessive that we would need 6 phases, but okay. It's a die roll and a selection game. And an action selection. Okay. Last card of the Curio deck, so that's how endgame is triggered. Okay. Starting rounds. Okay, so it looks like we can set it up in the exact same way. We've got other rules. The old ones, which will probably be in the cards most likely. And the solo game. Okay. I don't hate that. Confound it all. So I think what I want to do with closing this is I actually want to close it on the clamshell, on the components. So we'll bring the clamshell back in, and the way I want to close it, I want to close it this way. All right. There we are, and we'll bring in Innsmouth. Which in the renowned town of Lovecraft's universe. We've got the deep ones and the cultists in Innsmouth, not surprising there. Let's crack this open and see what we've got in here. We've got 6 dice in here this time from what I can see. It's already Twilight Inscription sized. So the dice are Twilight Inscription sized, and now that I've tested them, I know they will go through the dice tower. Okay. Looks like we've got our sheets of Innsmouth. This is a message about Innsmouth this time, so presumably different ancient ones. We'll give this a separate thumb. We'll give the rulebook a separate thumb through once we get to it, because we do have 2 different score sheets on here from the looks of it. Of course, we've got the dry erase markers, the dice, and our cards, which looks like it's advertising Kingsport coming soon. So that could be interesting. And of course, that's an explanation on the game summary. And we'll move that out of the way. We'll give the Innsmouth rulebook a separate thumb through. Got a round board. The city map through Innsmouth. Okay. Looks like that's threat. End of the game. Starting rounds. Other rules, talking about the Manixet River and other things. Character cards, solo game. And we've got action on the bonus die. Okay. So we'll bring those in. Once again, closing everything toward the components. And that is everything in the box, or in the clamshell, I should say. Jarring the camera again for these 2 route charting games. 1 game left as part of a pickup, but I'm going to hold close to that until I go live with it. So stay tuned to the channel for that game. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications to get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.